South African fintech startup Lulalend has raised 600 million rand in a Series B round, which it says will be used to service surging demand for the fast access to working capital the company offers businesses and also accelerate the rollout of Lula, its digital banking offering for SMEs. Joining us now is CEO Trevor Gosling. Thank you so much for your time, Trevor. Of course, now you're going into business banking, digital business banking, and I'm quite interested in what the difference will be in terms of what you currently offer to small businesses compared to what you will offer as a bank.
Right, yes. So if we take our journey back, we started back in 2014 and live to market in 2015. And really our focus was on providing quick and easy access to finance for SMEs through our digital platform. But as we've been in the market for a while and we've serviced thousands of businesses and put billions of rands to work into these businesses to drive the economy, we came to realize that, yes, access to cash is a really important, tool for a business to be able to be successful. But actually, it's far more than that. If you look through the cash flow cycle, there's, the ability to understand your cash flow position at any time, manage it, make payments, project cash flows and that sort of thing. So it really took us down this road of, what did we want to build? Further to access to funding. And we really felt that providing banking capabilities would be hugely beneficial for SMEs because that's the control center for any business owner. That's where they're living day in, day out, monitoring their cash flow. And if we can give them these great cash flow tools to be able to help them service their business, run their business a whole lot better, that just gives them more chance of success.
Yeah. And of course, on this, you're partnering with Access Bank. So just give us more detail on what Access Bank is providing for Lulalend and also what tickles Access Bank's fancy from your side.
Yeah, so we didn't go down the road of acquiring our own banking license, which can take a number of years and a lot of capital. So we looked at the opportunity to partner with an alliance bank who has the actual banking license. And then we spoke to a few players. This was a couple of years ago. And then Access Bank just really stood out for us in terms of the services they could offer to us. And they were super keen to partner with us. I think they saw the vision in terms of what we had already built on the SME lending side. And they felt there was a real strong proposition for us to roll out banking products into the SME sector as well.
Yeah. So this is a digital business banking, but will it have an opportunity then to branch out into the branch network that maybe Access Bank is offering?
No, so that wouldn't be our ambition.
Okay.
We digital first, and that's where we're looking to remain. And that's really where we see, what we're able to bring to the market is our ability to develop the technology to really effectively service SMEs online.
Yeah, all right. Let's look at the fundamentals. And by that, we have to go into the economic fundamentals that we're currently facing. You're entering the banking market in an environment where there's a lot of economic uncertainty. In fact, our economic situation is so precarious that the South African Reserve Bank forecasts economic growth for 2023 to grow just 0.3%. Are you confident that this is the right time to be entering that market and expanding that market?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think it's the perfect time because I believe SMEs need more help than ever. And that's really why we exist. Our mission is to, help every SME be successful. And we've seen the effects of that by being able to lend into these businesses and seeing the success generated there. So if we're able to solve for more of that cash flow issue, that the financial side of a business, we just believe it gives them more chance of success. We use the example of a baker. They don't go into baking or opening a baking shop because they love doing the finances on a monthly basis and managing their cash flow and spending their time in the books. If you can really manage that for them and do it on a whole better basis and give them more chance to focus on what they really love and passionate about, we believe it gives the company more chance of success.
Yeah. I know that you work also with a lot of informal businesses. So does going the banking route maybe put pressure on those informal businesses to go the informal route? Or maybe are you also maybe comfortable having still those informal businesses, but maybe it's maybe an added perk for them to formalize some of their processes?
Yeah, so that's the big thing. We want to help informal businesses formalize because that opens up a whole new world of financial inclusion for them, the ability for them to start accessing capital to grow their business and that sort of thing. So we've really thought about our pricing structures around our banking products to be able to service the informal sector, to get them to start actively banking, so that there's so many benefits that they can yield from there. But then we haven't forgotten about, the more formalized sector and the bigger businesses in terms of their wants and needs from a really strong SME business account offering, and making sure that we're able to deliver to them as well.
Yeah. Every day we're getting an announcement in terms of new players and some of the existing players in kind of the financial services industry rejigging their strategies. For example, we have companies such as Old Mutual now saying that they're applying for their own banking license. You have retailers like ShopRite who now have additional financial services. Also TimeBank partnering with TFG to roll out some of their services at the TFG branches. You also have big telecoms companies such as Vodacom and MTN with their own fintech offerings. And of course, you still have the traditional banks and the digital banks that have come in. I mentioned TimeBank and also Digital Discovery Bank. And I'm just wondering how you feel about all this competition out there. Do you think that there is still valuable space for you in that banking industry and with all of the financial offerings that we find out there?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the players that you're speaking to that have come to markets have focused on the retail or the consumer sector, and building out more banking products and opportunities there.
Yeah.
We're solely focused on SMEs, and I think that's what's really separates us from what's been what's currently out in market and what's been done before. We're not looking to shoehorn a retail type product and try manufacture it for an SME. We believe SMEs are very different to a consumer, their cash flow profiles, how they operate with their bank account, the tools that they need through a bank account. So that's really our focus, and that's where all our time and energy goes.
Yeah.
We obviously have got very close to the SME community, having lent to those businesses over the last 7 or so years. So we know SMEs, we know what they need, and that we really believe that gives us a really strong advantage to leverage the technology that we've built to date to be able to successfully service them.
All right, just one last follow-up question on that. Of course, yeah, as much as all of them do focus on individual clients, but you also have now Capitec, which is an African bank, which are really low-income customer service providers in terms of also SMEs as well that are trying to get into that space. So are you not worried about saturation at that point as everybody is trying to get in?
No, I think we're still far away from saturation. I think there's still a really big opportunity now, but I believe the opportunity is now. So it's why we decided to put this onto our product roadmap 2 years ago when we started building it, because we believe this opportunity isn't going to exist forever. There will come a time where there are sufficient players in the market. So yeah, we believe the timing is now. South African SMEs need it more than ever, and we want to be the ones supporting them and helping them grow.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time and just giving us more detail into Lulalend and its banking offering Lula that is coming soon. That was Trevor Gosling, the CEO of South Africa's digital lender Lulalend.